Hello students, today we are going to deal with the chapter Trade to Territory. We have divided the chapter in the three parts. Part 1 we are dealing now, then we'll have part 2 and then we'll have part 3. Now part 1. See, it's a period that belongs to late medieval history and modern history. And in this chapter we are going to learn how East India Company they came to India as a trader and later on they became the ruler of our country. Now, how they became the ruler of our country? Now, see, Aurangzeb, he was the last powerful Mughal ruler, and after him, the Bahadur Shah, then Jahandar Shah, they all were weak rulers. This change of administration from strong to weak that paved the way for emergence of new power in India that's called British. And it also given a chance for the Mughal governors and big zamindars to establish their own small kingdom. And Delhi, it was once upon a time, it was a very effective center that also got deteriorated. Now the next question comes to us that why the Britishers was so interested to come to India. And the East India Company, earlier it was a small trading company. How they became ruler of our country. So we'll find out the answer. East India Company, in 1600, they acquired a charter that's called Written Grant from the Queen Elizabeth I. That's doing the trading in East. My dear, British was very keenly interested to come to India. The reason was that they can purchase the goods at the cheaper rate and sell it to the European market at the higher prices. And what about the goods? The goods were like the spices, the silk, and cotton clothes. Now the question been very interesting question that we have to understand here that after getting this charter, this grant, was easy for East India Company to do the trade in India? Answer was no, because we can see here already there were competitors like Portuguese. They came to India in 1498 and at Calicut. Now it's called Kozhikode in Kerala. Then Dutch at Pulicat. Then 1595. Now it's in Tamil Nadu. Then French. Now it's called then they came in Pondicherry. Now it's called Puducherry. In 1664. Now it's in Tamil Nadu. These people they came to India from the sea route that was been discovered by Vasco da Gama. We can see Vasco da Gama here, and that was the sea route. See, this was sea route they came to India. And what happened then? What did the company do then? Nothing. They all went for trade war. They all entered into the trade war. They all entered into a trade war. And what is that? It's nothing but sinking the ships of their rivals. They blocked their routes and they fortified their trading posts. Now, East India Company, they have set up their first factory in the banks of river that's called Hooghly. Then, this East India Company, they got Diwani of 3 villages. And one of the villages was Kalikata. Later on, it became Kolkata. They also got a farman from the Mughal emperor to do the duty-free trade. But that was not appreciated by the Mughal, this Nawab of Bengal, like Murshid Quli Khan. And after Murshid Quli Khan, the next it was been followed by Alivardi Khan. He became the Nawab of Bengal. And after Alivardi Khan, it was Sirajuddaulah. He became the Nawab of Bengal. That was the conflict that arose between the company and the Nawab of Bengal, and that went for a battle between the company and Sirajuddaulah. That's called a Battle of Plassey. The Battle of Plassey. And as a result, what happened? The Sirajuddaulah got defeated. Now, very interesting point here. Actually, the Mir Jafar, he was supposed to join the Battle of Plassey, but he didn't join because he was being promised by the Robert Clive that if you help us in winning the Battle of Plassey, then we'll make you the next Nawab of Bengal. So, as a result, after the Battle of Plassey, the Mir Jafar, he became the Nawab of Bengal. You can see here, he became the Nawab of Bengal. And the company, they got enormous right to do the trading all over Bengal. But Later on, Mir Jafar also started opposing, giving maximum right to the company. So he was being replaced by Mir Qasim. But again, later on, Mir Qasim also rejected to giving enormous right to the company. And this conflict between Mir Qasim and company that led to the war that's called Battle of Buxar. Battle of Buxar in 1764, where Mir Qasim got defeated. And again the Mir Jafar was reinstalled as a Nawab of Bengal. Thank you, students.